feel like for Michael Jackson, you've really got to separate the artist from the music. I'm not even just saying that. Like, as an artist, he's really good. He's a great dancer. He's a great for.
But you say about separating the artist from the music. Like, didn't Jimmy Savile do some charity work?
Yeah, you got to separate his good acts from his bad work. Bad acts, you know what I mean? Everyone has their down moments, you know.
There's some.
He's pretty bad, but down.
Allegedly, some pretty low downs.
Yeah, but Pablo Escobar funded like hospitals and stuff.
The thing about Jimmy Savile is that his charity work at children's hospitals kind of was his charity work at the hospitals kind of was led to
his help children and then one
and same with Michael Jackson, he used his music to get children. So I think although you say separate the artist from the person, you know, like the person from the music, he did use his music.
It's very difficult to do, because even when I listen to Michael Jackson today, it sounds different. Like, you know, Billie Jean has a completely different meaning. You know what I mean? Yeah, Not My Lover or whatever. I don't know.
You know the argument how like they're only coming out now. He's not. He's like dead now.
Yeah.
But like, isn't that like would they? It's because of the money.
Yeah.
Like, probably.
Definitely. Probably.
Like most of the stuff that happens because of their parents. So would they really want to?
And
especially,
I
think there's a little bit of parental blame.
What was quite scary.
She's their responsibility.
What was quite alarming to me was how, even though Michael Jackson allegedly raped their children.
Wait. Okay.
The parents still looked up to him.
Yeah.
And still talked about him like he was a superstar, and like they still loved him, and
he was basically God. They were saying in the interview the other day. I watched them. They were saying, like, to us, Michael Jackson was practically God. You know what I mean? And that's some scary stuff to hear, though. To be fair, because as a kid, like, I used to listen to Michael Jackson all the time and stuff. You know, it's scary to know that someone as famous as Michael Jackson could be like messing around, I guess.
I don't think that there will be anyone like that in recent times.
Recently was huge.
I don't know.
The thing is, look, there's stuff uncovered. There's stuff uncovered every day.
Pretty recent,
yeah, there's stuff uncovered. Harvey Weinstein's pretty recent.
Popular as Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we have so many forms of media now. No one just listens to music; they listen to podcasts.
There's that thing. There's that thing. You're saying no one is famous. Ronaldo's getting accused of some stuff. And I mean, I'm always the first to. I'd love to believe the victim every time, but it does make it like, I'm not trying to blame the victim, obviously not, but you have to kind of question and, you know, question their story a little bit.
Oh, you definitely look at Johnny Depp now.
Yeah, look at Johnny Depp. Yeah,
behind that Cristiano Ronaldo stuff, so because he got dropped by got dropped by EA.
Oh no, has he?
He's been dropped by EA.
I thought they were questioning him. They were saying that it didn't go against their ethos.
No, yeah.
No, she did. Yeah,
but Michael Jackson, they stopped playing him in radios and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's no stopping Michael Jackson though playing in radios.
No, but like, there's no evidence yet, and they've already stopped him.
Yeah, he's not here to defend himself as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's like been a thing for years.
Yeah, like people have known about it.
Yeah, the fact, like, there was allegations years ago.
And in interviews as well, people asked him, you know, do you not think it's weird for a 44-year-old man to be sleeping with children? And he defended himself then, saying, no, it's not. It's a lovely thing, and you know, it's natural, and it brings happiness to the children. But then again, it could be false again. It could be a way of him using the music to get to the children.
But didn't he like not have a childhood, and he was?
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not blaming. I mean, you can't. There's different factors into it. You know, like his mental problems, his and obviously his childhood as well.
Saying that though, like he's been through some messed up stuff. You know, apparently he was chemically castrated. Apparently he was it's not apparently, he was beaten as a kid by his father.
Yeah.
He didn't have a childhood. He was part of the Jackson 5. He barely had a childhood, but that shouldn't excuse his actions. You know, we shouldn't excuse his actions fully. You know, if the guy was doing these terrible things he's been accused of, then we should remember the person, Michael Jackson himself, as being a flawed individual.
But that kind of makes you think about free will and stuff. Like, if your actions, if you like, everyone can justify their own actions to themselves. Like, Hitler wasn't his own bad guy, right? But can you still punish people?
Good.
Well,
it wasn't good, but to him he thought he was doing good.
That's the problem.
He must have been ill.
Hitler. Yeah. Probably.
Well, they think
But
he was like,
But Michael Jackson thought he was doing good as well.
Parkinson's.
Hitler. Not sure. The thing is about Hitler though is you can't really compare him to Michael Jackson.
No, but
No, but it's the same.
It's
The point
no,
how like they don't.
So that's kind of
In the
they influence themselves so much. Like, have you ever known you've done something wrong, and then you would never admit to it, and you've convinced yourself that you haven't done that thing that you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
No.
No, I do think because in the interviews, you know, when he did get a chance to defend himself, he genuinely didn't think there was anything wrong with him being a 44-year-old man sleeping with children. He didn't think there was anything wrong with that.
When was? Because I haven't seen the doc. When was this taken? Like,
He's a backdrop of his Thriller album and stuff like that, like 80s, 90s, his career.
so
basically.
the kids were all like earlier.
They're like 30, 40 now.
They were 7 at the time.
Yeah.
The young, one of them in the documentary, I think his name's Wade. He was 7 when.
So they like accepted money.
Yeah, they got private jets, limousines, trips to LA because they lived in Brisbane in Australia. They got private jets to LA.
That's crazy.
Imagine being willing to accept money. I mean, even if you're like desperate for money, imagine being willing to actually sell your kids off to
Oh yeah, because in the documentary there's a story where they leave him for 5 days home alone with Michael Jackson. They go to, I can't remember where it is, but they go and they leave Michael Jackson with the child for 5 days at Neverland. It's just Michael Jackson and the kid home alone for 5 days. And in the interview, the abused man said that the days were fun and they did like fun activities, but on the night, that's when.
Yeah, that's
but you can't. But what you got to think about is the parents let a 44-year-old man keep their child for 5 days and sleep in and let him sleep in his room.
And I heard there was like families who said no.
Yeah.
So then there must have been like some. Not maybe like some ideas going around of what he might have been doing.
Yeah.
But then the family still go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Did the parents have like a friendship with him? Because
they did. He manipulated them. I would arguably say he manipulated them into a friendship. He gave them everything that, you know, VIP access, backstage, whatever. He gave them a lot of things to make him their friend.
Yeah, but I think I've stayed with like my parents' friends like pretty like regularly, and there was never anything weird going on. I don't think that he's been with children.
Yeah, but it's not
friend
they're
if
not their
you've
friend.
known
He's
them for a
super
week.
famous.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they'd barely known.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a long.
But then it's the thing. Like he was like the biggest, like the most famous person in the world.
Yeah, of course, and probably there'll be, like Yeston said at the start, there's no one that will be bigger than him.
So it was just like, everyone knows him.
Yeah.
It is like he's a god. Like everyone knows him. It's like if he was like doing things, surely more people like it wouldn't be as like held at such a high standard.
Yeah.
About Michael Jackson, I think the weird thing about Neverland is that
Neverland was the
theme park he constructed.
It's a theme park in his house.
Yeah, he didn't. Basically, he built a massive animals stuff. Like it's like a massive.
Basically,
it's like a kid. Like if a kid could come up with a fictional place on the planet, it would be Neverland.
It's like if a kid walked into $1 million.
It's basically there's like bushes with like faces, and basically you know.
It's so bad. Yeah,
it's like it's gated.
We're not laughing at
paedophile. And it's bushes. Like it's basically just like. It's like looks like the Garden of Eden, really. When on the pictures on the documentary, it did look like insane.
He conjured it because of the fact that he had a lack of childhood. Really, that he was basically to Michael Jackson. He didn't see. I think the reason why he didn't see anything wrong with a 44-year-old sleeping with a 7-year-old is because he viewed himself as a kid.
Yeah, but then where does it? If you're a kid, you don't go around to your 7-year-old friend's house and start playing with their nipples.
That's true. Like the sexual aspect.
No, there's no excusing it, but you know, the reasoning is there. The reasoning as to why his psychological self was so impaired. It's weird how this stuff resurfaces in the age of, you know, the Me Too and the Time's Up. This stuff becomes way more prominent, and it's good. But it's crazy how no one had actually like properly, fully addressed it or made a documentary on it in the past. That's crazy.
Because
Like, Louis Theroux
there was information out already. Like it wasn't necessarily. It was like common.
It was common. Yeah, it was pretty much common
But
knowledge.
then, just because of one documentary,
Suddenly the whole public opinion is changed.
yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, watching the documentary, I always kind of tried to believe that it didn't happen. I always tried, as much as basically I was ignorant to it because of the music. But after watching the documentary, you kind of can't ignore it.
Yeah, you can't.
You kind of have to realise that this actually could have happened because the detail they go into, and I promise you, is horrendous. Like, it's horrendous. Some of the detail, and you can't make that up.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, you can't. Like, that's not something you'd make up.
That's the kind of
But
stuff
then
that's put out.
haven't the stories changed over time?
The stories have changed over time, but.
Because they keep
But
saying,
both of
denying
them
it,
said
though,
both of them they haven't met. These two victims haven't met, but their stories are the same.
Was it multiple kids at the same time?
No,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, didn't they have like a boyfriend?
Well,
relationship?
It was one at a time. He basically would take a kid for a year,
Yeah.
and then a year and dump them and get a new one.
I thought it was like.
That's very childish. That's almost like, look, my toys run out. I can't play with you anymore. I'm gonna get a new toy.
No, he.
So it was like a long. So by like a few months in, they thought they were like actually best friends.
Oh no, they said they were in love. Like it was literally like they were dating him.
Was it?
He would take them out and hold their hands.
Was
these
it boys
kids-
and girls? Or just
No, just boys. As from the documentary, it's just boys.
Are these kids as adults? Are they cool?
They're messed up.
They're messed up probably.
They're messed up. The one was shaking when he was talking. I mean, they're trying to live a normal life and they're trying to get on with their lives. And one's a choreographer, one still. They're still trying to get on with their lives, but they are obviously it scarred them, and you can definitely tell.
I read that one of them is married now and has children, but they don't sleep. They sleep in separate bed to their wife.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That's
He
crazy.
can't sleep in a bed with another person.
That's crazy. I mean, it's kind of disgusting how he can get away with this stuff, but he's not here to defend himself. If he was still alive, I think it'd be a very much different story.
Yeah, of course.
I think, especially in this age, maybe 20 years ago it was less prominent, but these days you can't get away with it anymore.
Yeah.
But then surely the parents have to. Is
the
anyone
parents-
talking to the parents?
No, because the parents still look up to him. The parents don't think what they did was wrong. They would
Even though they see that.
even though their children are messed up and they've been abused by Michael Jackson in the interviews, they allegedly abused. Okay, they still look up to him and they still love him and they still
Do
adore him.
they think the kids are lying?
They don't think the kids are lying,
So
but
they believe.
I think they don't want to taint the memory of Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
to
I
them,
agree.
because he was like a god to them and he's like perfect, and they don't want to ruin the memories of Michael Jackson.
I mean,
if it's over like a year, so would they go? Would the parents just drop the child? Would the parents see the child?
In some cases, the parents would go and be with them on tours. They go and they go. So, for example, Michael Jackson was basically welcomed into one of their homes. The one from the US, not the one from Australia. He was welcome, and he'd go over to their home all the time and have tea. And you know what I mean? Like he basically was part of their family. But I still think that's quite a manipulative way of getting their child from them. And because he went for tea and because he had a relationship, they trusted him with their child.
But then my point is, if it's for such a long period of time, and the parent, you said the parents try and deny it or something.
And the parents aren't denying it.
Or
They're saying
someone said they think they're lying, maybe.
I don't think they lie because they said they both said they knew it was weird.
Yeah.
But then when they asked, so what was Michael like? They would not say a bad word about his name. And I think that's so odd for a parent whose child's been allegedly abused to not talk about
Because if it's over a
the
year,
abuser.
sure, even you can say, or maybe the parents didn't know, but if it's over a year, something must slip to the parent.
It's all.
I mean, you'd see the warning signs. You'd think.
Was
that
it,
they'd see
the
warning
mum that
signs.
was on it?
Yeah.
She said she's like the first time the child asked to go to sleep next to Michael Jackson, she said no.
Yeah, she said firmly and 1,000,000% no.
No, but later on, she was like, nothing bad could happen.
In the documentary, one of the moms said when they booked hotels, Michael's and the child's room, they'd share a room, and the parents would be 2 floors away.
That's
They'd
crazy.
book,
That's
they'd
insane.
Michael Jackson's team or whatever would book their rooms. So the child and Michael Jackson have a room, and then the parent is 2 floors away.
That's crazy.
And the parents knew that Michael Jackson was in the room with the child.
Oh yeah, the parents knew that their child was sleeping in the same bed as Michael Jackson.
I remember watching
crazy,
the
man.
start of the first one, and it said the kid now said that he knew there was problems with his parents because they always came on tours with him, but the mum actually said that he didn't know that they were sleeping in separate rooms because he was always with Michael and he was never with the parents.
Do you think he taught them how to moo more?
He actually did. They were both the people on the documentaries are insane, and I've seen videos of them dancing, and they are actually so good at dancing, and you can tell that.
I saw the video. There's one kid.
Because they're all that one
I
dance
swear it's like a
competition,
tribute.
didn't they?
Yeah, they won dance competitions, and that's how they met him, which is the disturbing thing. They entered competitions to meet him at a meet and greet, and that's how. And by chance of them winning a competition, they met him, and obviously looked up to him, and he saw them as prey.
How does that come to the parents accepting money for them?
They didn't.
I don't know, man.
Because it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like the thing is, you got to imagine being that famous. Like, you can't go outside normally. You can't go shopping. You can't do anything that a normal person would do. You are literally, you're practically above everyone else. No one will say that famous people are above everyone else, but they basically are.
Yeah.
Like look at OJ. The guy's literally got away with murder because he's famous. You know.
Allegedly.
Well, it's there's a lot of things that yeah. I don't know. It's crazy being that famous and having that much power, being that influential. I mean, Michael Jackson was probably the most famous person in the world for 20 years.
Yeah, definitely.
I was watching a thing about celebrity, like the idea, and it said that it comes from like when we were in tribal situations, the celebrity would be like whoever was the most successful hunter or the most so the celebrity would be like someone who everyone in the tribe would look up to try and be like them because they were the most successful. But nowadays we don't really have the same. Celebrities aren't really.
Oh no, definitely not.
It's
And
just-
times have changed
it's
because of no. It's also because of the rise of social media. It's very easy to become a Britain.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Look at who our celebrities are. You know.
Yeah.
Britain, Joey Essex. You know, all of these people. They got the Kardashians. How the hell are the Kardashians famous? How do they build an empire? That's crazy.
How
It's
they
just a
built
new
there.
way of like the old way of like becoming like Michael Jackson's famous because he's like so talented.
Yeah.
But like
You know, James Charles. What talent does he have? I mean,
he
don't want to be.
He wears makeup.
I don't
He
know.
wears makeup. He's a
basically
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Zane.
He's a YouTuber and he's a male and he wears makeup and I don't know how long, it's old news, but a while ago he was in the bull ring and he just froze the whole of Birmingham.
Because
he was
so
at a
many people
makeup
came to
store.
see him.
yeah,
He was at a makeup store and there was thousands upon thousands of people there and he just froze Birmingham and came to a standstill.
The traffic was.
but like
like,
fair
yeah.
play to him.
Oh, you know, you can't
to build an
deny
empire.
that he
Exactly.
he has done. But the whole point of the talent and how easy it is to grow an empire, but it is, you can't deny that it is inspiring to take something that's so simple such as makeup, and how and make it into a massive thing.
The thing is, I think the amount of work you need to do to become famous is definitely diminished massively.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson, the talent required to have a voice like that and to be a dancer like that is insane. Like now, you can just be a YouTuber and be good at games. There you go.
Yeah.
You're a gaming YouTuber. You're an influencer.
Yeah.
Gaming's hard.
Yeah.
I know.
I've played Minecraft, guys.
But it's just like
My diamonds.
the difference is if the James Charles in Birmingham, that would be the if Michael Jackson went into a shopping centre in the US, it would just be flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why he couldn't do it. So that's why he built his own theme park in his
Yeah.
own backyard.
It was. I think it was his
It's like
freedom to
escape.
get outside.
People.
Imagine how much worse it would be today.
Exactly.
With-
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Michael
like,
Jackson, he'd be
he'd put,
dead.
like, a twist
He'd be
out.
burnt at the stake. Michael Jackson would be burnt at the stake. He'd be dead in the ground. See the influence of celebrities everywhere. I'm not sure if you guys saw that Fyre Festival documentary.
Oh,
It's on
yeah,
Netflix.
yeah.
Oh my god! All you need is a couple of famous Instagram models, your Kylie Jenners, your
Exactly.
I don't know who the rest of the Instagram stuff, but yeah, a couple of Instagram models, right? Partying on a beach, and you've tricked 100,000 people into giving you thousands of pounds, and you've walked away with loads of money. That is crazy. In like the way how like celebrities in the 21st century impacts like pop culture and modern society, they influence everyone.
He literally did it all with a phone.
Yeah.
And
just
from an app,
He's be able to
Like,
sell.
even though literally everything he did was ridiculously illegal,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he's an incredible
Billy
business-
McFarlane. Billy
Billy
McFarlane.
Yeah.
That was his
He
name.
had Ja Rule as well. And what the hell has Ja Rule done? He's had a couple of he's had 2 90s R&B
And rapper
puppets.
J. Rule.
Ja Rule, yeah.
Ja Rule.
I mean, it is crazy. And if that would have worked, that would have been the Coachella. You know, there's always the
Exactly.
yeah. It's those millennial teens looking for, you know, I don't know what they're looking. What are they even looking for?
It's just,
People who go to Coachella.
I
It's
can't
crazy.
didn't Glastonbury like nearly fail the first time? Like
Yeah.
So it was like a horrendous flood.
I mean,
but no one talks about
That
Yeah.
one, this one was a historic mess up.
Wasn't
like,
this
Oh,
like?
yeah.
Wasn't it just some random island?
It's
No,
well,
it was
well,
Pablo
it
Escobar's
originally
island.
was. It
Was it
originally
actually
was.
though?
It was originally
I
Pablo
heard-
Escobar's island.
but they weren't allowed
They
to.
broke the confidentiality agreement by saying in the trailer footage, oh, it's Pablo Escobar's island. So they got moved to like an island near Fiji.
And then they photoshopped the island.
Yeah,
to make it look like an
they
island.
took
Yeah,
off
it's an
half
island.
the island.
Fraud, yeah, fraud.
Yeah,
Fraud.
but that's the thing.
It's
You're saying
insane.
he's a great businessman, but you know,
How's no one checked that?
Every worker on that island was working on the Fyre Festival. Like every single worker,
What?
and none of them got paid
Instead of getting luxury villas and gourmet meals, they got
a tent.
pre-packaged sandwiches
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
emergency tents.
Yeah, they were
Have you
using
seen
the
that?
emergency tents from the hurricanes. Yeah, from the
It was
hurricanes.
really heavy rainfall as well.
Yeah.
And there's a video in the documentary where they were running with mattresses.
Yeah, yeah.
Through a field, like all the tents. They're not barely tents. They're just shells, pretty much.
They are.
They're awful.
They
They're
are.
running through field, just charging to get a tent. So
Yeah,
then
because they didn't have enough tents
Yes,
for all
sir.
the people. so
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was like
They
fighting over
overbooked.
the
They
tents.
overbooked, and when they couldn't facilitate for it, they didn't pay for the workers.
Yeah.
That there was a lady in the Fyre Festival saying that she was thousands of pounds in debt.
the
Oh,
woman at the
Like,
end,
yeah, because she had to pay the workers.
She
you know.
had to pay some like
Oh, yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah,
dollars.
I mean, the
It was
guy-
something.
the
It
guy-
was insane.
Crippled people, and he pretended to be bankrupt immediately after, but he was living it up in a New York penthouse somehow, and that's the
Yeah.
weird thing.
but after as well, he carry on. He got someone else to email people saying,
All the
"Oh,
people
I have
from the
tickets.
festival.
I have
Yeah,
tickets to
yeah.
Coachella," and when he didn't, but they'd send him money,
Mm.
and then he'd just vanish.
He carried it on so
Yeah.
far.
What
Did he,
a fool,
what
man!
happened to him?
What a fool!
Look.
He's probably under federal arrest now.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
got to be done. It's got to be
I
done.
think-
I mean, the thing is, they'll give him a tap on the wrist as well. They won't give him a 30 years, 40
Oh,
years
yeah,
in prison.
of
They'll give him a slight tap, maybe 3 years in low security prison.
Yeah.
Well, they'll
Wait,
fine him and take.
Yeah,
him
they'll fine him, but it's crazy. Like, and the thing is, it's not just a one-off occurrence. This kind of stuff will happen again.
It's McFarland and Ja
Rule? Yeah, Ja Rule,
They
yeah.
were sued $100 million in a class action lawsuit on
Oh,
behalf
yeah.
of Fyre Festival attendees.
But how much did they
Mike
make?
Farm was arrested and charged with wire fraud in Manhattan federal court.
Yeah, but it just shows how
And he pleaded
how
guilty.
Crazy. A couple of
How
Instagram
easy
models,
it was.
a couple of B-list celebrities. You know, the general public don't
It
know.
wasn't B-list. They had
Kylie Jenner probably.
Yeah,
it
but
was
it's not.
Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner,
Yeah.
Bella Hadid, and Emily
dude.
Wachowski. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Ratchkowski.
Well, the thing is though,
real
these
A-list.
people, if you went to the public, if you went to the general public,
They're very, very famous.
no, if you went to the general public, most people wouldn't know who they are.
Exactly.
It's not like you're getting, I don't know.
Like, public-
Yeah, but
yeah,
it wasn't
public
the
candidate.
general.
It was
public.
aimed at
Yeah.
these millennials, though. To be fair,
It was
it was for these millennials.
ridiculously rich teenagers who'd been born into their wealth.
Yeah.
Their parents.
It
That's
wasn't
right.
it was
Literally
more like
just
20,
throwing-
20-year-olds.
throwing-
Yeah, they'll throw their
Yeah.
parents' money wherever they want, really, and it's not a generalisation. It's true though. It is
Exactly.
true.
The fact that
More money than sense.
people it's not smart enough. Like, imagine
It was in the
I'd be careful putting a pound into the vending machine.
Yeah.
they're going 10k away down
Without
a phone
any
call.
research.
Yeah, without any.
no
Yeah.
research, just a phone call. I'm pretty sure the website was.
The website was trash.
I
Yeah,
think
the
it's
website was
down.
trash. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
but
thing.
We
Look, that's the
could have
thing.
made it inside. It was awful.
Oh yeah, you know, get it on Serif.
But then again, what do you do?
Macromedia.
You can't take like money away from them just because you think they're going to be irresponsible because they're parents.
And at the end of the day, you've got to let them make the mistakes.
Yeah, if they're taking off.
Yeah. But then it's down to the parents again.
Yeah. Well, the parents are so loose. They're so loose, though.
But they're usually so busy because they've got. That's how they made
stuff
their money.
To do. They work hard, and it's not like they're slackers. What they did was they didn't even they got Kendall Jenner or someone to post the video.
Yeah.
And then they're really professional, And there was the promise of meeting all these celebrities, getting drinks on the beach with them, going swimming, whatever. And what they got the other models and celebrities on Instagram, the Instagram models, they just got them to post an orange image, like a straight orange photo. And the fact that you can generate, the promotional pictures is crazy.
Guys,
crazy.
Look at the food, the food that they got.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible.
You could
That's
get
terrible.
better than that at the chippy or whatever.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And it was because they were advertising.
It's just cheese.
They promised so much. What was that about?
Madelaine.
Madelaine McCann.
What's it called? What's the documentary called?
The Disappearance of Madelaine McCann.
You bank account?
Well, I just hand up on listening. What you said about Madelaine McCann, Matt?
Actually, no. For people who somehow don't know anything about Madelaine McCann, explain, because I barely know anything.
Well, I think she went on holiday with her parents, right? She went on holiday with her parents, and then the parents left her and her little sister or little brother or something. Twins, yeah. Left them. They went off on the boozer, mad lads. They went downstairs into the pub, and basically, Madelaine McCann, when they went up, was just disappeared. It's gone.
To be fair, they did check the kids quite a few times during the night as well.
It was Portugal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in
just
Portugal.
leave your kids alone.
And then every half an hour, one of the adults that they were with would go and check the kids because all the other parents' kids were in the same room. So it's basically one massive sleepover with all the kids. And then every half an hour, one of the adults would go and check. And then
a Michael Jackson dream.
If you watched the last one, you'd know.
But yeah, and then obviously one of the adults went to check, and then she was gone.
And the conspiracy is that the parents
killed
involved.
her.
Yeah, and
I think
that's
a lot of that.
What's the detective called? The guy.
Miss Fairclough worked on the case, you know.
Yeah.
She told us last year, and
because he's the guy in the documentary. Because he's the original guy who thought it was the parents, I think.
I don't know. I feel like the problem is with the Madelaine McCann thing is that it happened so long ago. It kind of overshadows all the other missing people cases, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least to me, it happened when we were about 4, right? It's 2006, 2008, or something like that.
How old was she?
She was young, wasn't she?
3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, 3 years old.
Who was she left with?
Other kids.
Just kids.
Twin siblings.
Can we get the conspiracy?
I've got the Wikipedia.
As in, she has a twin, or her
No,
siblings
her siblings are twins.
Are they older?
I think they were younger. I think they were literally.
I don't mind.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the twins were newborn.
So she was the response. She was the one left in charge.
In the room. There was her twin siblings, and then there was the other adults' children as well.
They were all put to sleep when they left.
Yeah, I heard some things about they had drugs and stuff to make
yeah, they were given sleeping pills.
What?
And
too many
apparently,
sleeping pills.
this is one of the conspiracies is that they were given sleeping pills, and the sleeping pill, Maddie never woke up after being given the sleeping pill, and the parents obviously panicked
and didn't want to
dispose of the body because they'd be done for negligence and also obviously
manslaughter or something like that.
For giving her kid sleeping pills.
Is that fact?
Quite devastating.
Is that fact they gave the kids sleeping pills?
Yeah, because it was in the twins.
Are you allowed to go through?
What? How is that? Well, your first logical step as a parent would be, I'm going to go downstairs and boozer. I'm going to give my kids some pills. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Something sounds fishy about the McCann case, and the fact that the parents are something about the parents as well. I don't know. If you see them in interviews, they seem a little bit.
What do the parents do?
I'm not sure.
I think are they doctors? The parents?
Yeah, they're both doctors.
They're really well off. That's why
Yeah,
it's
they're really
such a big story.
Yeah.
If that were off, they could probably hide a body or something, cut it up, and maybe chuck it in the Spanish Ocean.
They also found blood in the boot of the car. Maddie's blood in the boot of the car.
Okay, well,
And they
but
didn't answer any questions.
they said that it was a paper cut.
in the boot of their car,
Yeah.
Madelaine McCann suddenly had a paper cut.
Yeah, but why would she? If you're saying it was for the sleeping pills,
Yeah.
why would she be bleeding for the sleeping pills?
No,
That's true.
If it's
Yeah.
because she had too much sleeping pills, she didn't wake up.
yeah.
I mean, there's many
Okay,
conspiracies.
That's
That's the
the
thing,
problem
like-
with it, right? Is that because just no one knows, and there's so many different speculations.
I definitely think the parents were involved there.
I mean, I don't think she was abducted. I think she died, but I don't know how she died.
Just blood. How much blood was there in the back of the boot? Do you know?
It was just like it wasn't like a pool. It was just like a drop.
It was like a
They
drop.
did like a swab.
Swab. I
And
said
then
probably
they found
cleaned it.
blood.
Suspicious, I guess. Right.
There's better ways to kill your child.
I mean,
There
I
is,
don't think that's the thing. I don't think it was like obviously it wasn't intentional,
If the sleeping pill, it sounds potentially
but
accidental.
because they're doctors, I don't think they wanted the, like
Yeah, they'd be stripped of their.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
pretty, that's
Yeah.
even worse. If
Why
you're
would
a
you
doctor
pay for
and
your
you
child's
overdose.
flight to Portugal?
But-
and
yes,
Me and my husband want a return, but for the kid, just a single.
Yeah, did they pay for a return for this?
Yes, they
did.
did.
Like,
Get the
that's kind of evidence.
That's the biggest, like. Yeah, so for the two twins and
police are
after,
doing
but
this.
Madelaine, she's having a sleepover.
She might stay for a few more days.
Yeah, she's gonna go swimming at the bottom of the Portuguese Ocean.
she's 3 years old.
Oh man,
Imagine if the police have just overlooked that. We've just found some new information.
that's it. Parents are locked away tomorrow. I don't know.
Make some money off this.
I would want to see the documentary, but 8 hours.
It's 8 hours long.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 8
episodes,
episodes.
isn't it?
8 episodes.
Pretty
all about
ridiculous. Stay on.
an hour long.
I don't know. I've been watching a documentary on the Roman Empire, and it's
Oh.
more than 8 hours.
That's enough. I think Louis Theroux had some really good ones though. He's had his Weird Weekend stuff was good. He had one on The Brothel, which was good.
I did watch that.
I've watched that one.
That
It was
was
a good
quite
one.
good.
It was a good one.
It's honestly changed my opinion on prostitution.
Yeah, it's very it's very good one. He's had a lot of powerful ones.
Do tell.
About that documentary.
It says about a brothel.
Yeah, it's
he
about a
basically-
legal prostitution place in America. So it's like an actual business.
Well, it's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what a brothel is, right?
Yes.
It's like a house prostitutes are. You can kind of hire and prostitutes or whatever in the house.
But it's like it's a safe environment because there's security and everything.
Cameras
so
and stuff like that. It's not
So
a
is it legal everywhere in America?
I don't think so.
Nevada, it's just Nevada, the state of Nevada. That's Vegas,
okay.
so. But yeah, it's an interesting documentary because your position on it starts to slowly change throughout the whole thing. Like originally you're like, oh, this is really terrible, and then the more you watch it, at least for me, I was like, okay, I started to feel a little bit of sympathy towards the prostitutes as well, especially that one person who was. You could tell she was damaged, and the owner was mistreating her a lot.
Yeah, you can see with some of the people, they're clearly like they're not mentally 100%. But then there's other people that they're just doing that and they like that job, and it's you don't think about it like as an actual job that people enjoy, sort of thing.
That's the thing. Like when you need to determine when it's considered as a job and when it's considered as, like, I don't know, let's say emotional blackmail or something like that. And it's like a lot of grey area.
Wait, what do you mean?
Within like prostitution or let's say pornography or whatever, like some of them do it for like fun or whatever,
Or for money.
or for money. But some of them do it as an actual job. And other ones doing it because they're like emotionally like tormented. They haven't had a childhood or whatever, and there's a lot of torment behind it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like in the documentary, there was a one of the prostitutes. She was shot in the head by her husband, and then he turned the gun on himself and shot himself. And obviously, that's obviously going to damage her for life. And you can clearly tell that in the way she acts.
Yeah.
Talking of prostitutes, there's one in Afterlife.
Oh god.
The new
Afterlife.
Ricky Gervais show.
It's
You
not
really like
she's
that,
not a
don't
prostitute. She's a sex worker.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Get it right.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna hit you with a bit of controversy. I love Ricky Gervais. Thought The Office was good, but I hate Afterlife. I don't know.
You
I
didn't-
think it's really bad.
Because you don't have any emotion
and you can't. You
have to kind of.
You've got to think about this. Oh, his wife is dead. It's not just a comedy.
The thing is, Ricky
I don't
Gervais.
think it is a comedy. I didn't.
It's got little parts where you smile, but it's like
that trailer
you're
moment,
smiling through tears and stuff.
That trailer moment when
he's
when he goes to that ginger kid. That was funny.
Yeah,
I was laughing at that.
There is funny parts, but I think it's more to do with the depth. I think it's more meaningful than comedy.
Yeah,
because it's definitely got some meaning behind it, and after what happens after, after death, and for someone who's lost someone due to cancer. I think it's a really good portrayal of what they go through.
I get the storyline, and the storyline obviously impacts a lot of people. Like everyone knows someone who's been diagnosed with cancer or who's died of cancer, which is a sad part. But I don't know. I feel like the message behind it was powerful. It wasn't bad in that sense. I just didn't really like the acting, and I thought Ricky Gervais wasn't. Like I don't know. It didn't really match my expectations, but that might be due to me because I was expecting it to kind of Ricky Gervais to be a little bit funny about it.
I think I get what you mean about like maybe he wasn't the right for the part, but
because he's such a comedian.
Because he's such a funny. Because we see him as such a funny guy, and we see him.
Well, yeah. I think that's why I like to do it because he did that Derek show as well.
The Derek's really funny, but it's also again quite sad.
Yeah, I think he quite likes that. I'm not just a comedian. I can do all this other stuff as well. Yeah.
There's a lot of comedians like that who've kind of transcended the like I'm a comedian barrier. Vince Vaughn's in a lot of serious films as well. Not sure if you saw Brawl in Cell Block 99, but that was pretty good. It's an indie one. It's nah. Yeah, I don't know.
Watch Dodgeball.
That's 5D's of Dodgeball.
Brilliant.
5D's of Dodgeball. It's good.
Yeah, lots of those like funny little films. They have like really simple but good meanings and stuff. I quite like that.
I don't know. Vince Vaughn's in a lot of those. I don't know. He's in Zoolander and stuff like that, isn't he? I think. Maybe.
Not
I
I don't know who you're talking about.
Zoolander's just.
First one's good. The second one's not good.
I've never seen it. What's it actually about?
It doesn't matter.
Ben Stiller's basically this fashion dude. I don't know. This is like an assassination plot or something. I can't remember. They're trying to. Basically, they play Frankie Goes to Hollywood. They play They play Frankie Goes to Hollywood and something that turns them all into drones or something. It's really generic, but it's quite funny.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, they got Owen Wilson's in it as well. Wow. What's Owen Wilson's catchphrase? I've forgotten.
Wow.
It's wow, yeah, wow.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wow.
But it's not really his catchphrase.
We are like getting into a good conversation.
I love that.
Yeah.
His voice. He's got one of the best voices.
I don't know. His nose is
Thanks for that.
nosy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with his nose?
Get the picture of Owen Wilson. I want to look at his nose. I swear. I'm not the only one who has a pet peeve of Owen Wilson's nose.
Yeah,
exactly.
Weird.
Look at his nose. Look at his nose.
Why is
Look
it
at
so
nose.
flat?
Yeah, look at it.
Jeez, we were being so nice about it.